Hello! Keyword static explained for the third time with the third example, which is modified form. What it is saying this time is, I repeat, the members which are static are same across all the objects. So no matter how many objects are made, there is only one copy of the static data made. For the non-static data or the instance data or method or members, there are multiple copies made object by object. So one object makes its personal copy, which are the instances, instant data and method, and no matter how many objects are made, the static method or the static data are unique. Secondly, when it is a class member or static member, then this class member cannot access the instance member, but the instance member can access the static member. For this, let me show you one more round of example here. If main is static, then if I make display as non-static, then it will not work at all. It will give an error. Let me try to compile. You see, error has already, signal of error has come. What is it reading? It is reading that non-static method display cannot be referenced from a static context. Let me show it once again to you. Non-static method display cannot be referenced from a static context. That means if it is non-static, that means it is attached to the object. Now, if it is attached to the object, then from the class level, how can the class level access get hold of any one of the objects? Because from the class level, all the objects are similar, are uniform, are equal to the class. So if all the objects are equal to the class, then the class access cannot interfere with any one of the objects, any one of the method. Right? Now this one you will have to repeat on your own just to see if council wants to access any one of the school's annual exam date and wants to change that, then it cannot do, because from the council all the schools are of equal importance. But if from one of the schools one of the static data is changed, then that change is reflected through all the objects, because that data is a common data for all the objects. Now here I have made main static. So since main is static, just see what will happen if I create an object of the class school3. You see, all the methods are here. They are attached to the class. First, let me put some value here. Let me call this one with a new name. Let it be local and let the school board be IB. Alright. If I say OK, if I come to the main, for this object, there is none of the methods there because all the methods are static. Now, if I come to the class and if I right click, I will find all of them are singular. That means here making of object is not playing any role. If I close this, if I clear all of them, just see the values once. See, local IB and local IB are happening independent of any object. There is no object requirement for that because object is not having any method attached to it at all. Alright. So here, when I right click on the class, I get the methods. They are not available to the object at all, because all of them are static, and static means stay attached to the class, don't stay attached to the object. If I make no matter how many objects, there is going to be no effect. There is going to be no effect for the main. Now something can happen if I make second on this, which is, say, central is CBSE, then nothing will happen with these. But if I call the main, you will find a change in the name. School name has got changed. The local and IB name is not remaining anymore. That is because here the object creation time I had changed the name. In the same way, if I make any change in the member data through the constructor, then every time the constructor is executed while making of an object, then that change will stay on. Moment an object is created, the constructor brings a change. Now that I can show you now. Bringing to you a modification in the code. Observe the constructor. Here you will see the constructor has been given charge to increase the annual exams year by 1. Increase it by 1. Now you see, I'm not going to do anything. I'm only going to create the object. Alright. And in the object, I'm going to run the constructor, which will get executed automatically and no other change anywhere else. Alright. So here comes the making of the first object. I make the first object as the school name as Central and the board name as CBSE, and I say okay. Object created. I will run the display. I will not even run the main. I will only run the display. Let me see, what does display display? It is showing one round of display of all the member values. Central CBSE with annual date 2013. Why did it become 2013? I had given 2012. Now I will make one more object. I will only make an object of the second. Central and CBSE is done. I'll take local of IB. When I'll take local of IB, I say okay, and I will go and click on display. When I click on display, see what is going to happen. Display is saying member data change, local and IB. They are becoming the school name and board name because the constructor has changed them. And you see rest all is staying same, but annuals year is again changed. Who changed that? That change has taken place from the constructor. That means whenever an object is being created, the one of the numeric value is also getting modified other than school name and board name, right? So let me make one more object, and that is because I have kept set of 3 of them ready. The third one is going to come from national, and the board name is ISC, right? I made just an object. Making of the object, nothing else is happening but only the constructor is happening. And now if I display, what will get shown? You see, the school name has changed, the board name has changed. Other than this, date month did not change for annual exams. Date, month and year did not change for the ISA exams, but the year of annual exam changed. So AN year has changed. How and why? Because the constructor got executed, it changed against this, but that became a common change for all. If I now run because I cannot run anything else. So whenever I will come to display, display is a common display. Okay, so I hope reviewing these three examples on static will come to some help of you. Okay.